Hello, guys. Welcome back to Lola's Kitchen. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad to have you here. Please, one thing, don't forget to subscribe and hit the ring bell. That way you don't miss any of my videos. I am super excited because today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my favorite all the time stew, Miyar Kuka. Oh my goodness. Give me Miyar Kuka anytime, I will eat it. So anyways, I learned this recipe from my grandma when I was 11 years old. And still, that's what I have been using. That's my recipe all the time. So I had some couple of questions when I did that too. Some people asked me please to share the Miyar Kuka. And here we go today, guys. So guys, here is everything we need to make a really good Miyar Kuka. So one thing I learned from my grandma is you don't need a lot of red stew to make a really good Miyar Kuka or or seasonings. So you can see I have my dry fish that I already boiled, because you got it from the African market. Make sure you always boil it, please, whenever you buy the dry fish from African markets. And then I have my kuka, my dedawa, my salt, and then that seasonings, and then some Maggi. Pretty much that's all I'll be adding in there. So let's get started. So yeah, I'm just going ahead and add the stew in there, and then that is habanero. If you don't want it to be too spicy in there, don't crush it. Like you can see just how I'm going to leave it in there just like that. So make sure you don't crush it, but if you crush it, it's going to be very spicy. For me, I'm not a big fan of really crazy spicy, so I just like it decent and normal, so that's why. And anyways, I just use the same bowl and I just add a little bit of water in there just to clear the bowl. And then now I just added 1 cup of water, and then I'm gonna add maybe like another half cup of water. So all total, maybe I added like 2 cups of water, guys. And then now after doing that, I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it a little bit. That way make sure everything is well mixed. And then I'll go ahead and get my meat, the dry fish, and then I'll just go ahead and put some in there because I'm not making a lot of Miyar Kuka. So just 2 of the dry fish I think is perfect for me. Like I said, you can always use any meat you want to. So, and then after that, I'm going ahead and add all my seasonings. And now after adding all the seasonings and mixing everything well, I'm going ahead and cover the pot. And then I will let it boil for like 10 minutes or maybe even less than that. And here we go, a few minutes later. Look at that, guys. I hope you guys can smell the aroma. It smells amazing. Anyways, now that everything is looking good, I am going to test it because that's what you should do too. That way, you can see if you needed to add anything. Oh, everything is good, then we kind of go to the next step. And for me, after that first taste, it looks like I need a little bit more Maggi and some salt. But first thing, I'll get the fish out. And again, if you're using any other meat, you should do the same. And the reason for that is because that way we can have enough space to mix the kuka really well. But if you have the meat in there, it's not gonna, be really well mixed when you're mixing the kuka. So that's why we kind of have to get the fish out. And you don't really have to. This is optional. But like I said, this is just how I make my kuka. So yeah, I just tested again, guys. So just to be sure, So, and then yes, I still need that Maggi. So I'm going ahead and add a little bit more Maggi in there, not too much. And then some salt as well. And then mix it again, and then of course test it again. Make sure you didn't add too much salt. I did, and everything is perfect now. So now we're gonna go ahead and mix our kuka in there. So I'm going ahead and start adding by a little bit because kuka get thick easily. So make sure you're adding it gently and mixing it and then, pause for a minute, kind of see how the kuka is looking. I wish I could measure it so I can tell you guys exactly how many like teaspoon I put in there. But kuka is one of those things you grew up making since you're very young. So now it's really hard to kind of be like, oh, I added this many spoon. But just keep watching so you can see how I will add and then pause a little bit and then kind of see how the thickness of the kuka is looking. And if you had kuka back home, then you should know one is enough. You know what I mean? And by the way, guys, if you live in the US or Canada, we got you. My mom do sell the kuka and the dawa. So just send me a message on Instagram or just comment down below. Whatever is going to be easier for you. Just, I'll get back to you then. And the kuka is really nice. So yeah, if you need anything like that. And again, we sell almost all the, back home spices. So just shoot me a message. And now that our kuka is ready, it's looking good after I finish mixing it, I'm going ahead and add the dry fish back in there. You can see I tried working it a little bit, but you know how dry fish is. Sometimes it can be very hard. So, and oh my goodness, it smells. I'm hungry. Who's ready for dinner? So yeah, I just mixed it a little bit and then kind of you can test it again after mixing it. That way you kind of make sure how it's testing and everything. And then Miyar Kuka, I'm not gonna say it's done, almost done. So I'm just going ahead and test it, and yummy. So anyways, now we can go ahead and cover it and then let it cook for like 2 minutes, guys, no longer than 2 minutes. And make sure it's on low heat. And now that we are done making Mia, I wasn't planning to share the Tuwo, but I was like, why not? So that is my semolina. The reason why I'm using my hands to do this is because I hate to make Tuwo and find those tiny, tiny balls in there. I hate that. So anyways, my water is boiling, so I'm going ahead and start adding the semolina in there. So I'm just showing you guys how the thickness is. I'm not a lefty, so I will definitely soon switch, but I just want to show you guys how the thickness is. By the way, I use cold water to mix it, so make sure you use cold water for that part. And yeah, so guys, that's why I used my hand to just make sure everything is well blended, because I just don't like it. And doing this is the key, guys. If from the beginning, from right here, your telge is have those tiny balls, then it's gonna be very hard. Oh, my sweet husband came to say hi. So after making sure everything is well mixed, I'm going ahead and cover it. Make sure you cover it halfway, not all the way. And then I'm going to let it get a little bit thicker. And then now I think I went like about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm just coming back to mix it a little bit, kind of see the thickness, and it's looking good. You only need to let it cook for like 10 minutes or so. And then I'm going ahead and actually my husband is doing that, so I'm just adding some semolina for him. But then guess what, guys, I had to take over because it's looking, he was too slow. So I took over now. I'm doing that. I'm just mixing it. This is really not easy. You know how it is if you have made Tuwo. And I'm making a lot, that way we can have some left over, in the next 2 days or something. So my hand, it's not easy, God. So anyways, you will see my husband when I told him to take over, and oh my God, he was struggling. He was like, holy cow, this is not easy. So yeah, guys, give it your all, please, keep on going. And then now the husband take over. Oh God. Man, this is crazy, man. Is it? Oh, yeah. I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. It is good. Yeah, it is good. Thank you, baby. And now after that, it's looking good. So go ahead and cover it with a lid, and also make sure you put the heat back on low and then let it cook again for like 5 minutes or so. And then guys, look at that. So it's ready. If you want to see how I make the tuwo like that, the way it is, like the ball, I already have Tuwon Shinkafa recipe, so I would add the link in the description box. So make sure you check that. That way you can see how I do that. I was just rushing to eat, so I couldn't show you guys how I was doing it, how I was folding it in white bags. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this. So please don't forget to like, comment, and share with family and friends. If this is your first time, please don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.